Welcome back, fight fans. This is your host, Rizzo Striker with Knuckle Up News. This is the list of 5 things that Amir Khan needs to do in order to defeat Canelo Alvarez. Must do number 1, pot shots. Amir Khan should pot shot early in the fight, stay away from standing and trading and throwing combinations too soon. This will keep Canelo off base and off his rhythm, not figuring out his timing so soon. And at the same time, it could frustrate him to death because his hand speed is most likely quicker than Canelo's. So pot shots are a key early on. Must do number 2, do not stand and trade. I can't stress this enough. Amir Khan should not stand and trade with this man like he did with Chris Algieri. I know he's smart enough to know that. However, bad habits from the past sometimes creep up on fighters, especially when they get later into their career. So he must never, and stay disciplined, must never stand and trade with this man. Must do number 3, use head movement. Amir Khan needs to avoid catching and blocking with his hands, with his arms, as many punches as possible. That's typically the way he likes to use his defense in order to stay in close. But moving up into deep waters in this heavier weight class, he should use his feet and his head movement as much as possible. So head movement is key, and it can also frustrate your opponent when they can't hit anything. At least when they're hitting elbows, shoulders, hips, below the belt, behind the head, the top of the head. It gives them some sort of energy. It gives them some sort of confidence. So if he uses the right head movement and uses those feet, he can avoid a lot of punishment and also leave Canelo open for countering. Must do number 4, use superior foot speed. Amir Khan, this is probably his greatest advantage over Canelo, is his foot speed. Canelo has good hand speed, but his feet are usually very flat because he's trying to load up and throw bombs, especially against a suspect chin like Amir Khan's. Look to see the most flat-footed Canelo early in the fight and maybe even later when he gets exhausted. So foot speed is important. I hope the boy's trained. I know he's gained weight, and a lot of times fighters, when they gain weight, especially this much for between fights, that can slow them down. So hopefully he does have the foot speed still, and that could be his major advantage to get in and out of trouble, as well as sidestepping Canelo and hitting him with counters and pot shots, as we mentioned earlier. So utilize your superior foot speed. Use it to your advantage. This is really probably his only major advantage in this fight. And last but not least, do not underestimate Canelo's hand speed. This man has surprised many of people, including James Kirkland, who can attest to that. Can I hear an amen? Yes, he spun around like a tornado in the middle of Texas. Hey, check it. Do not underestimate this guy's hand speed. Canelo is deceptively fast with his hands, though not with his feet. So when he's close enough within range, just assume that the guy's got some up his sleeve, and he's very tricky with his hands as well. So Amir Khan must stay respective of Canelo's hand speed at all times. He shouldn't let this man fool him and okey-doke him with slow movements and feints, which he will do. He's good at feinting. Canelo is good at feinting. But the hand speed is really something that Khan should not take for granted, and thinking that he has the superior, faster hands. He may have faster hands than Canelo, but it won't be as much as a lot of people think it will be. So maintain that respect, and that could keep your chin tucked, and that could mean it goes all 12 rounds, or we'll see how it goes. And there you have it, the things that Amir Khan needs to do in order to defeat Canelo. What do you think? Leave a comment, let me know if you think that Amir Khan has what it takes to pull off the upset.